My name is Soxer1, and today I'm gonna tell you guys a story about how it is to get surgery. For those who have been watching me for a while now, you know that I actually got surgery on my nose. People would always say, oh, you should be happy on how you looked like when you were born. I would agree with you if you looked like this, or that, or this. All these people, man, look at them. They're like models.
All the pictures are just me.
I completely agree that you should be happy with who you are, but it doesn't mean that you can't improve yourself, right?
Yeah.
Your pee-pee small, get over it.
The whole point of getting the surgery was to make my nose smaller. My first fear was that after the surgery, I was gonna look like Thanos. Because of that, I couldn't go back.
Does Thanos even have a nose? Thanos.
That's Voldemort.
PNG. Oh, that's Voldemort. I forgot my Thanoses. I mean my Voldemorts. Wait, what?
The only thing I would want from Thanos is his massive chin. I love Thanos' chin.
My goal here is to get that handsome Squidward look.
Handsome Squidward's nose looks like it's broken.
When I went to the doctors for my first appointment, I won't lie, I was nervous. It was really weird too because they don't perform surgery just on the nose, all right? They do other areas, such as, the breasts.
What? He said breast.
As I was sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in, there were like some fake boobs right in front of me, just staring at me.
And you were like, I want that.
They were looking at me first, man.
At first, I was like, that's so whack. Like, why would someone want that inside their body? But I needed to investigate further. I started moving towards it. I started poking it with the stick.
What? Socks, how long did the doctor leave you in the room alone, man? Let's just leave this grown man with a pair of boobs.
And a stick.
The doctor walks in. What are you doing? Nothing.
I'm playing with boobies.
What are you doing, Step Socks?
Anyway, the doctor and I started having a conversation on what I wanted to change on my nose. What I got from it is that he will change my nose so it would end in between my eyes instead of going out. It was literally only a millimeter difference, which I was shocked about. But he said small things can be really effective.
Hey, yo.
That's what I say about my pee.
The surgery was gonna take place in 2 weeks. I wasn't nervous about anything except for one thing. When the doctor was explaining how the surgery was going to be done, they were going to put me to sleep using amnesia.
You mean anesthesia?
Amnesia.
I
Amnesia is when
I
you
wrote
forget
it wrong.
stuff. Dude, anesthesia is like what
forget
old people
stuff.
get when you forget a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I wrote it wrong. If you don't know what anesthesia is, it is a substance that they give you to make you fall asleep. At first, I thought this was something that you would breathe in and it like knocks you out. But turns out it is something they just put straight into your body through your IV.
Oh, really? When I was getting surgery, I just had like a bag of rocks and smacked me with it.
The thing I was worried about is that my body would actually fight the anesthesia. Like I would awake during the surgery. But I couldn't move my body because I was strapped down on the table.
I got a bag of rocks for chilling.
I got a
He's
bag
chilling
of
there.
chips. I'm just gonna watch from the side.
No, what bag of chips, Mimi? What happened to the alu caprata?
You're right.
My other worry is that if something were bad to happen during the surgery, like, I don't know, the doctor just dropping his tools in my body or something.
What?
Yeah, and then they're gonna play Operation on me.
Oh, I dropped it in there. Well, I'm not gonna get it out. That's my job.
Doctor, oh nurse, I need a scalpel. It's in the person already.
$500,000 Rolex just fell into his heart.
Sheesh, now his heart is $500 more dripped out.
Worst case scenario is that they did something to me and there was no way to recover.
Oh no, worst case scenario, Mimi walks in with the doctor's outfit.
Yeah, I was actually there, by the way, you know? I was watching.
With all these bad possibilities, man, I was having a nervous breakdown. And trust me, if you go on Google and type in side effects on Google, it's even worse.
Just side effects, nothing else.
It was a day before the big surgery. I couldn't drink or eat anything for 16 hours. And that's the last thing I want to hear right now, man. I wanted to stress eat. I was having self-doubts that if I even wanted to pull through with this. But I knew deep down I would be much happier once this was done. We had to wake up at 4 a.m. because we were required to be at the hospital at 5. I don't know if you've ever been on a road that early, but it's literally empty. Not a single car, except maybe 1 or 2 trucks.
And me. Hello.
Roger's in the bushes waiting. Oh my.
I was spying on him.
It was peaceful, but also made my anxiety increase even more because now I was regretting my decisions even more. Should I jump out of the car? seems like the better option.
Why would you?
What?
You could just stop the car.
I wasn't the one driving.
Oh yeah, I was driving. I was taking you.
No, it was my dad.
Oh, I am your
You're
dad.
dead.
We arrived to the hospital and I was taken to a private room. 2 nurses came in and the first thing they told me was to take off my clothes.
Oh.
Was one of them Candace?
I had to remove all my clothes and put this like apron thing on. All the clothes that you wear are currently considered hazardous.
Oh yeah, you know what sucks about that? The room's
Yeah,
really
because
cold.
you got that
so it's
drip.
just really
It's
bad.
fire.
Did you get that coat that like doesn't cover your bottom and
Yeah.
you can just slap your ass?
They made me lay down on this chair, and I'll be honest, I was pretty snuggled in. They made me put this IV thing in my wrist, and I freaked out a bit because, you know, I don't like anything.
Going inside of me.
Whoa,
Pause.
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 I was gonna just say, you know, I don't like shots and stuff, but okay, BB.
Oh, my bad.
Needle.
Take that out, animator, please. Don't put that in.
Luckily, my dad was still there, and we started to make jokes, and everything was a lot better. I'll be playing videos here. Look, we were making funny videos.
Oh, is
Your dad
this
walked
like
into the
in
surgery
real life
room.
videos?
The dad walked into the surgery room. Was like, "Are you winning, son?"
We even made a video of me telling the camera who I was, just in case if I lost all my memories, just in case.
Future Saucer 1. It's me from the past. This is before everything went down. The whole world in chaos. Just remember to make sure to go to Meme God and give him your YouTube channel if anything goes wrong.
Hey, but then it was time. They put this cabbage thing on my head. It looked like something that protected me from getting abducted by aliens. Like, that's how it looked like.
Yeah, it's just tinfoil.
And this part was sort of scary because they were like rolling me into the surgery room, but I was like strapped down, just looking straight up. It was freaky. And when I made it to the room, there were these big bright lights just shining above.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
And it felt like a casting couch.
Okay. And he went for it. He went for it. BB shot and then Socks dunked it in. Oh.
No joke. There was like 1,000 different types of knives on the shelves. What kind of nightmare did I just put myself in? I started making some nervous jokes with the nurses and saying like, would they turn me into the Terminator and stuff? Like, and they were being nice about it. They were like, we'll do our best, you know?
They left the room. We'll be back.
I even asked, was it even possible for me to fight the anesthesia? Like, would I wake up during the surgery? No joke. This is what the guy did. He leaned over.
Yo.
He started just a big smile. And he said, you can try.
Did he look at you like that?
You can try.
And I started freaking out. What is that supposed to mean? It's possible? Why am I not just knowing this now? While this was going on my hand, like through my head, he started counting. 3, 2, 1. I was ready to like scream and run for it. And I just got Thanos snapped. I literally don't remember anything. I instantly just fell asleep.
Wait, Socks, you don't remember? I was there. I was telling you a bedtime story. One is a spaceman.
Well, I'm just glad that I forgot it then.
What?
You think I would like dream or something, maybe felt something? No, literally nothing. The next thing I remembered was just waking up in a horrible pain. It wasn't just pain, it was like a really weird feeling. It was like I just ate some of the strongest brownies at my nearest college.
Amsterdam brownies.
Yeah.
Monica lover brownie?
No.
Just after I wake up, they were already asking me to leave. Like, I just woke up. My man, I couldn't even speak English at this moment. And they were already asking me to get out.
Hey,
Open
your
the
free
window,
trial
like-
expired. Get out of here.
I could barely like stand up correctly. So they put me in this wheelchair and just like literally they just wheelchaired me out and they like dumped me out. Like they just like get out.
They just left you on the road with the wheelchair.
And they just threw me into the car. Goodbye, right?
Butt naked.
Luckily, you know, my dad was able to drive me home, but I'll be straight with you guys, I looked horrible. My face was all banged out. My eyes were bruised. It looks like I just got finished in a Mortal Kombat movie.
I thought you got a nose job, not like completely destroyed. What happened?
It was bad. I didn't say anything the car ride home. And at this moment, I still had no idea how my nose looked like. You know? I don't know.
Oh.
It's like Christmas. You find out when you unwrap it, like a mummy.
Yeah. At this moment, I still didn't know how I looked like. But that's why I had a follow-up appointment with the doctor, and it was time to get the bandages removed. This was about 2 weeks later.
You didn't
Pretty
see your
early.
nose for 2 weeks?
Yeah, I all this pressure was just building up. Like, did I do something good or bad? I still don't know.
If you don't like it, can't you just like get a refund and just get your old nose back?
Let's control Z.
That's not how life works. That's not Surgeon Simulator.
I went back to the doctor, and it was time to remove the first set of bandages on my face. The problem was, this was the hardest part of the whole thing because there were still like these tubes all up in my nose, and there were stitches all in the interiors of my nose, and they had to be removed. I didn't know this. He sat me down, and at first it felt nice because he was finally taking off the bandages, the tape. It was like removing if you had a band-aid on for a long time. It felt nice, right? Then my man took the biggest set of like these chomper things.
Tweezer.
He held me down with his hand, and he was like, hold still.
Put that Among Us sus face.
He put my head down. He put these tweezers up my nose, right? And without warning, and just ripped out these tubes from in my nose, man.
How?
Just yoink, and they were like 10 feet long, man. How was that in my nose?
What?
Yikes.
I thought he removed my entire nose. I thought I was noseless. I was Voldemort.
You're like a little baby. Ooh, I got your nose.
It wasn't over yet. He still had to take out the stitches. And I thought in these days there would be like degradable stitches. You know, they would, you know, degrade over time or fall out on their own.
Yeah, like
There
they
is.
dissolve in your thing.
That's not how they did it. They took them out manually. This man took a pair of scissors to my nose and started cutting.
Stop. I'm cringing.
And started cutting the stitches.
This is when the actual surgery starts.
The problem is that he doesn't hit like the actual stitches part every time. He actually hits my nose. So I'm nearly crying here. Like he was like cutting my nose.
This was the most painful part of like the whole entire surgery.
It sounds like he was just like punching you in the face, like, oh, are you okay? Does this hurt you? Does this hurt?
I'm like holding back the tears. But I didn't say anything because, you know, my man ego, man. I can take it, right? But oh my God, the pain.
I have so much testosterone.
I don't feel anything.
Flowing through his body.
Get a bigger scissors. I feel nothing.
This was the longest 5 minutes of my life. And at the end, I died.
That's how Source for 2 was born.
The hard part was over. For the first time, I was able to see my nose. He took a mirror and voila. I saw the change. It was insane. I mean, my nose was inflamed, but I saw such a big difference. I was a new man.
With just millimeters? Were you happy?
I was really happy. I was really happy.